Hey, how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I got a updated Fire King Tri-brigade deck profile for you guys. So hopefully you guys do like this and it helps out in some way. Let's go ahead and get right into the deck profile. So starting off, we kept the 3 Ponics, just the best one card starter basically for the Fire King engine. When it's normal or special summon, you get to add a Fire King spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Then if a fire monster would be destroyed and it's in your hand, you can special summon it. And then if it is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to add it back to your hand during the next standby phase, which is really strong. A lot of recursion, gets you to a lot of your power spells and traps if you run the trap, which the trap really isn't that bad. I might experiment with it at one here and there, but yeah, pretty strong. Next, we got the Fire King High Avatar Kieran. This card is insane. If it's in your hand during either player's main phase, you get to quick effect destroy one fire monster from the field or hand, special summon it. And then if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to special summon one other Fire King monster from your graveyard and pop one card on the field. Very nice. Then we got 2 Sacred Fire King Garunics. This card is insane. If you haven't ran into too many Fire King players, which would be pretty odd if you haven't, this card has some interesting text. So basically, if it's in your hand or graveyard, even if it's not, when a fire monster is destroyed, you get to special summon it. And then when it's special summoned, you get to destroy one fire monster from your deck. So very nice to get your Tribrigade plays going if you don't open up Fractal. And then you could also destroy the Kieran, get a pop, and so on and so on. Pretty insane card. You also gain half of the attack of the monster you destroy, so pretty cool. Then we got 2 Fire King Avatar of Arta. This one's pretty good as well. While it's face up on the field, it's a monster negate by destroying a fire monster from hand or field. Then if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to special summon one other Fire King monster, negate its effects, and destroy it at the end phase. So really nice to get like Barong plays going and even Kieran plays. Then we got the last Fire King monster in the main deck, and that is the Fire King Avatar Barong. If it's in your hand and a fire monster is destroyed, you can special summon it. And then if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to add a Fire King monster from your deck during the next standby phase. Off to the Tribrigade engine. This is what I changed up a lot, just because I was seeing way too much of it. We got 3 Tribrigade kits. Since it's a fire, it's probably the best Tribrigade monster, in my opinion. Just because you can destroy it with the Garunics and you can get your plays going that way. Next, Fractal at 2. Again, fire attribute, very nice. Searchable with Tenki, which I do play 3 in the main deck currently. And this just gets your Tribrigade plays going. Very nice. Then just the one-ofs, we got the 1 Nerval and the 1 Cuirass. Nerval and Cuirass at 1 because they're not fire attribute, basically. And then you could recycle this with the trap, and even if you go into the rank 3 Rugal, you can bring this back and get a search. So you can get multiple searches with it, which is nice. That'll do it for the Tribrigade engine. Really enjoying it at that ratio. Then we got 3 Ash Blossom Joy Spring. I do run a pretty heavy hand trap lineup, probably the heaviest hand trap lineup I've ran in a very long time. I think it's a total of 10. We also got 2 Drone Lockbird. Now this is just a win more card. If you open it and your opponent has to do a lot of searching, this can just win you the game by itself, which is crazy. Then we got 2 Effect Veilers. And then to round off the hand traps, we got the 3 Infinite Permanents. Just a lot of monster negates. Kind of try to stop your opponent from going off. The game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so fast nowadays, you kind of need to, play these cards to stay in it. So yeah, sorry about that. That'll do it for the hand traps. We got, for the spells, of course, the 310 key. Searches out your Barong, your Avarta, and of course the Fractal. Then we got 2 Island and 2 Sanctuary. I think these ratios on the Island and Sanctuary are great. Very searchable, very easy to get off. Then we got 2 Prosperity, sorry. Just more draw power. Usually I only banish 3 extra deck monsters for it, and usually helps out a lot. To round off these spells, we got Call by the Grave. You kind of need it. If you wanted to, you can make room for like Cross-Out Designator, which would be nice. Then the 1 Fire King Skyburn, very nice card to actually set up and just more interruption for your opponent. And your monsters don't really care because they like being destroyed anyways, so just overall crazy. Then the 1 Tribrigade Revolt, probably one of the best trap cards ever made for tri-type monsters. That'll do it for the main deck. That is 40 cards. For the extra deck, really quickly, 1 of the Dingirsu, 1 of the Garunix Exceeds, 1 Almirage, then double Dragon Lords, 2 Farajit, then 1 Bearbrum, 1 Hita. You can change this out if you're not running into too many fire decks, which a lot of decks moving forward are going to be kind of fire attributes, so this could be pretty clutch. Then 1 Unicorn, and 1 of the Silver Shell Rugal. And then this is where you can kind of change it up any way you want to. I would keep the Apollosa, but other than that, these 2 cards here you can change up in any way. I do run the 1 Abramax and the 1 Boral Sword. If you have SP and XS Code Talker, way better options. And then the other 2 cards to run off the extra deck are the 2 Omen. Definitely one of the best Tribrigade monsters, period. Just non-target banish, and you can get it multiple times with like Kieran and so on and so on. Just pretty insane. The trap is just crazy, like I was saying. So yeah. Hopefully this has helped you out in some way, and go ahead and leave in the comment section down below what you're trying out, if you're playing a Fire King Tri-Brigade, what ratios you're playing, what you've kind of messed around with, and how it's working for you. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.